الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العظيم. وحير وعن رأسي سنة إنتانوا مسلمين مركز سقوط ماضو اللي إسحسوسيو إله دواشو وواجب حقه خطبة وما أنا استاجن محاضرة وما أنا استاجن لكن حفلة كور إنتانوا مسلمين وواجب اللي إسحسوسيو دواشها إلهي مركز وحنا لقربا أنا أقول إنه حق الربي وأن توبك إنه وأن عابدين شيطان إلهي قرآن كيسوع الكويري يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وآية قرآن إلهي نوغو الشيغي إن نكلي حنو شيطانك إيو أحواشيسة أما وحيابها بن آدم أكو قلدو أردن inta soo dhan markaan ka leexano oo salaada aan dukano ilaahay aan ka cabsano rasuulkiisa aan dariiqiisa marno dhibaatada iyo mushkilaadka jiro oo dhan way xalismayaan waxay ku xalismayaan taqwada ama nadiifnimada qofka bini aadanka uu la yimaado ilaahay wuxuu yiri aayad quraane wa idha sa'alaka ibadi anni fa inni qaribun أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعاني فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون هدي عن دعاء أما أمر كاس إلهي حق زكي من أن رعنه الدومي سألنا أن أنقنه وحبذا أن نجح حلس بايو لبعض بدنا أن نجح حلس بايو مركا إن كل هذا مجعلي أنت سنكسر بها الله نقول أنفعه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
عشان قصة مرنا وناكسن مرنا وقت على أركيسان وحي قارن بان برنا عاو ددوينو برشة وناكسن قبلنا يرتاع يا وحي نو قادسة أو كندا أو أفين غريسة كدبنا سومالي توصل بقى كحيت والوحي سومالي توصل قادر على حس يعني أو كندا قرنا
Okay, first we're gonna have Farhim Mohammed sing "Oh Canada." Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love and all of thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on God for these. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on God for these. Oh Canada, we stand on God for these.
Bakina tagdarane tagero weligine isku tiirsadaye hadbakiina taagdarane taageera weligiine Sakina tagdarane tagera weligene.
Celebrate a positive change in Somalia. I just wanted to take the time and express the significance of this event and overall positive change in Somalia. As you all probably know, for about the past 2 decades, Somalia has been overtaken by a civil war. Millions of Somalians fled the country. What was home to many became a place of grief, loss, and terror. Several attempts have been made to try and restore peace, but none have looked as promising as this one. With this new democratically elected government, Somalia has now elected President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, Prime Minister Abdi Fattah Shirdoon, and Mohammed Osman Jawari as the Speaker of the House. Now, it's evident how this historic change in Somalia is significant to the older generation who have most likely spent their childhood there. But to the Somali youth such as myself, it's an opportunity. The only Somalia I know is created by the pictures I paint in my mind as I hear the stories from my parents or other adults. It's hard to picture that war-stricken land being a place where families raised their children, where people went to school. It's difficult to try to imagine a country with beautiful beaches and cities when all that's left is ruins. To give you an idea of how monumental this change is, consider this. Over 14 international attempts of stabilizing the government and the country were made, but were unsuccessful. There was just too much inner conflict amongst the Somalians themselves, and the majority of the time, the Somalis weren't active participants in the resolution. The issue of the civil war could only be resolved by the people, and that's what happened. When the international community took a step back, Somalian elders got together and democratically elected a government which represented every clan. A government is there to help its nation. If people can't connect with it, then it's missed its purpose. In this new government, all Somalians feel a connection. These new leaders are educated people who understand this gap and fill it. Furthermore, they were all involved in trying to help Somalia without getting caught in the web of the multi-layered conflict in Somalia. In fact, the president founded several schools and was dean at Simad University in Mogadishu prior to his presidency. Now, this isn't limited to just people currently living in Somalia. Many of the positive changes over there can be transferred to our community right now. Now, I was raised in a culture that holds women in the highest regard, and so naturally I believe in women's rights and equality. In that part of the world, women's rights aren't a priority, and that isn't a situation that can be quickly and easily resolved. It takes courage and foresight to get to a stage where gender discrimination is abolished. There's no justification for not giving women equal rights, and this government has gained my respect and support because not only does it acknowledge this, but it also enforces it. In the Somalian constitution, 30% of the parliament should be females, and the president supports this. Now, we haven't quite reached this, but I believe we're at 17% in its progress. Also, the prime minister's cabinet will consist of 30% females as well. This new government's priorities include establishing stability, economic recovery, peace building, public service delivery, national unity, and improving Somalia's international relations. The Somalia that's portrayed in the media today is filled with disaster-stricken people and political conflicts. A lot of the negative problems here in Somalia seem to be extending their negative connotations to our youth here. Instead of being negatively influenced, we can turn it around. With this positive change, youth such as myself can finally fully understand this place they all speak so fondly of. And it doesn't have to end here. We need to have youth getting more involved in understanding what's going on in their communities. And as Somalian youth, we need to really understand how important this event is. Not just what we're here doing today, but we need to remember the reason we are here, to celebrate the beginning of a strong, democratic nation where human rights exist and gender discrimination doesn't. It seemed like the Somalia our parents knew never existed, like the stuff of fairy tales, but this one is coming true. Maybe one day we can all feel safe visiting Somalia. We can dig our toes into its beautiful beaches as the Indian Ocean brushes against our ankles. One day we can see our extended families whom we've only met through phone calls. Somalia is rising to its potential again, and we are fortunate enough to be a part of the rebirth of this nation. Thank you.